Okay, we are finally back after such a long time. I brought the Shido jersey out of retirement. Season 2, Episode 1 just dropped. At the time of recording this, it's almost an hour after. I just watched it with my brother. Super, super good. I want to give you guys my honest reaction, give you guys a summary, and then for my anime onlys, I will mention spoilers, but that's going to be later on in the episode. So don't you worry, no intro. Let's just get right into it. How did Episode 1 go out? All right, so the episode opens up with us seeing a bit of the backstory of Rin. We see a completely different version of Rin as this takes place before the events of Blue Lock, obviously. And we see why Sei and Rin are just so at odds. But all you need to take away from it is that something crazy did go down. Now, in the context of the anime, we don't know what happened. We just know that it was pretty traumatizing to Rin. This version of Rin is so much different. I didn't even think I was watching Rin. I thought I was watching some other character that we never seen before. Because we know Rin as like some nonchalant dude that just does not give a fuck about anything. But the Rin we're seeing in the episode was like, no, Oni-chan, don't leave me. Very different than what we're used to. And as a plus one, the animation for this whole episode, not just this part, was really, really good. Granted, this whole episode is just going to be an explanation of what's going to happen for what's to come in the next arc. But even so, the animation was pretty good. It wasn't bad at all. I know us Blue Lock fans had to die on the trenches fighting the PNG lock allegations and the slideshow lock allegations, but I do think we'll prevail from this. And then we get the opening. Opening is also pretty good. We get some really cool graphics. Not much to be said about the opening. So now the meat and bones of this episode. So now this third selection is going to try to whittle out a team of 11 from these 35. The top 6 are going to get put into 2 teams, and those 2 teams are going to be a team of 5 that get picked from the remaining ones. And in these games, they have to score 5 goals in order to win. But there are no crazy dramatic deadlines or consequences if you lose, because these are tryouts. So now, who are the top 6 in Blue Lock? Well, we see some new faces and some familiar faces. Team A has Rin and Shido, 2 huge heavy hitters of of Blue Lock. I love Shido. I know that right now for the anime onlys, Shido is just like some random ass dude, but trust me, he's going to deliver. He is this cool ass motherfucker. Guys, just wait. Team B has Karasu and Otoya, 2 new characters that are also going to be pretty cool going down the line. And then for Team C, we get a new guy named Yukimiya and an old friend, Nagi Seishiro. And the whole episode kind of just boils down into what each Blue Lock player is going to choose as the team they play for. They only get 1 match, and they have to coexist and assert themselves amongst the top 6. And that's really what it boils down to. I mean, we get to see a little bit of Baro, a little bit of Nico, and a little bit of Reo, but it does center around how Isagi wants to go about these tryouts and what team he chooses. Spoiler alert for the end of the episode, he ends up choosing Team A with Shido and Rin. But it's not really all that surprising because our GOAT Isagi never ever ducks a fade. This motherfucker always stands on business. So at the end of the episode, we see what each player chose to play for, and at the very end of the episode we get to see what's actually going down politically within the Blue Lock universe. Buratsuda contracted some like corporate sellout to be the manager for the Japan U20 team, and then we get to see a small teaser of the big highlight of this next arc, Oliver Aiku. Now all we've seen is just a still from him. What we see, we already saw in the trailers and the teasers. But trust me, this guy is going to be so fucking cool. I'm excited. I'm excited. I cannot express to you guys how good this next arc is going to be. It's going to be very well done, super jam-packed, and every single episode is going to leave you at the edge of your seat. But other than that, that was just my summary. Now, what did I think of the episode? Well, it's like I said, I understand that this episode was going to be just build up and fuel for what's to come. No spoilers, but I will say that this third selection game that we're going to see is going to be very good. Super, super good. I won't get into it, but just know that I totally understand why things panned out the way they did in this first episode. And because I read ahead, I'm pretty satisfied with the episode. I honestly didn't expect too much. That's not to diss the show at all, but I knew that there was a lot of things we had to cover, and I'm glad that it was all done in this one episode. It was actually very well paced. I was kind of surprised. even if it was just a yap session, I enjoyed it. But it was good setup. Good world building, I guess. All right, and now before I make this disclaimer, I just want to encourage you guys, if you've seen the Blue Lock anime and you've enjoyed it, I highly recommend picking up the manga. It is so good. I couldn't wait, so I just rushed into the manga and started reading. The U20 game is going to be absolute peak. I promise you, I can say with full confidence, the hype that's going to surround every single episode for the U20 will definitely on everybody's soul match up Shibuya arc JJK. It's not a hot take. It's not a hot take. It's actually what's gonna happen. Blue Lock U20 will be the same hype level, but I'm just a diehard fan. I don't know. The main concern I had going in with reading the manga was, oh, I'm not gonna be able to see all the cool action like played out. I'm gonna miss out on a lot of these cool scenes. Instead of animated out, I just gotta read them and they're gonna be stills. No, bro. The artwork in Blue Lock is so good. The art style is amazing. It feels like there's more action in the actual manga panels than in the panels. Matter of fact, let me pull up some receipts. All the panels I'm showing you guys right now are the panels that we saw only in season 1 alone. You can't tell me that this artwork isn't insane. Now, I'm not gonna get into an argument of the manga being better than the anime because I'm not going to do anything to disrespect this show or this series. But I'm just going to say, look at how well every single panel is played out in detail. So trust me when I say this, you will not feel left out by missing some of these scenes animated. There's some crazy good scenes that you guys just need to read. So with all that being said, let me get into the Easter eggs that were in the opening. This opening is very well done and it's super good. But the crazy thing that we see are these stills. So if you look at the opening, I'll put pictures up. We see Nagi's opening goal. We see Baro's sliding knee goal. But my personal favorite part, I'm wearing his jersey right now. We see 2 stills of Shido Ryusei's goals. Obviously, they're not going to show the actual goals. They only show stills of like what they look like with their shots. They copy the panels like bar for bar. We see Rin going destroyer mode in his flow state. But one huge important thing that happened in the opening was that we saw at the end of all of those goal highlights, we saw Isagi running past Aiku from his behind. And then it just cuts off there. If you've read the manga, you know exactly what that's hinting to. Overall, it was super peak. Now, I made the comparison to JJK earlier because, like in the opening for Shibuya, for JJK, there was a lot of spoilers and Easter eggs for what was going to happen to everyone. And the same thing kind of followed through in this opening. We did get a bit of a teaser as to what went down with Igarashi, Shido, and Kunigami. I thought they were going to show that match, but I guess they didn't. At this point, I don't really see a reason for them to put it in the U20 game. I mean, maybe they'll show it after. I don't know, but regardless, it's not crazy important. I still think that the episode panned out very well and was super good with the pacing. All right, so overall thoughts. Episode 1, very good. I feel like for an episode 1, it did a good job at setting the groundwork for what's about to happen. Animation was good, pacing was good, story was good. Overall, flying marks. I personally didn't expect any crazy action from this episode, and the additional time was funny. It was all right. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I will be trying to pump out all these reaction, review, and summaries of Blue Lock season 2 as best I can. But all you got to take away is that I think we're going to be in good hands. I know there was a lot of scary things that happened with obviously the trailer incident, seeing all the PNGs and slideshows, as well as hearing that the director for Boruto was going to be the director for this season. But overall, I think everything was well done. If you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. I do my best to post as much as I can, but with school and work, I do end up getting busy. But just so that your subs and your likes and your comments do count, I see all of them. Please share if you can, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.